Hey there. So I recently shot a few videos on rhythm guitar and embellishment and soloing over I'd Rather Go Blind and The Weight and I Shall Be Released. And then a couple on fretboard navigation on triads and double stops. And all those videos have gotten a really good response. And so I was asked if I could go into a little bit more in-depth explanation of double stops. Specifically thirds, fourths, fifths, and sixths. Now this is a huge topic, as you can imagine, as we have 12 keys and we have major keys and minor keys, and when it comes to triad, augmented, and diminished, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to keep it simple for now. And so we were doing the weight in the key of A. So let's just stick with A. And then the question was, how do you play harmonized thirds, fourths, fifth, sixth? Even that is a big topic, but trying to nail it down a little bit. So the first thing, though, just to make it about something specific, is that we're going to base everything we play on the scale that I mentioned in some of the other lessons, hexatonic major. And hexatonic major in the key of A is A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. 6-tone scale. It's just like a major scale, but there's no major seventh. Or like mixed Lydian. Flat 7. There's no seventh. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. And what's nice about that scale, because there's no seventh, is that you're always playing a harmonized figure that will resolve if it's root third, I should say. Root third, third, fifth, because that's the triad, is 1, 3, 5. So we always want to be playing, even if it's two notes, we want to play a 1 and a 3 and a 5, or a 5 and a 1. And then it would go back to 1, 3, 3, 5, 5, 1. And that way, you get those small resolutions of 1 and 3 as you move up through hexatonic major. Let's say we go up hexatonic major on the G string, A. To harmonize that, you do the same thing. Stay within the scale structure of hexatonic. That's diatonic is the word for that. But starting on the third. This one started on the root. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we start on 3, we get 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So you see when we get to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that stayed like it was the major scale, but when you start from a third higher, 1, 2, 3, 6, you're jumping a bigger amount because you're starting the scale over. So harmonized thirds based on A hexatonic major on the G and the B string. And those resolutions I was talking about is you have 2, 4 is going to resolve to 3, 5, or it could resolve back to 1, 3. And then 3, 5 goes to 4, 6. 4, 6 has to resolve to 5, 1, or back to 3, 5. So the best way to learn this is you have to play hexatonic up and down all the strings. Here it is in the high E string. Here it is on the B string. Here it is on the G string. Here's on the D string. Here it is on the A A string. On the low E. Fretting out. So then you could practice your pairs. So that's interesting how E goes to F sharp, A goes to B. You're gonna go, stays the same thing. So this is the same as, and it's a really nice sound. It stays so in the key of A. And your brain actually recognizes that it's not staying thirds. And then that's the sound of fourths. So the possibilities are endless for this. So learn it that way. So that was the top two I did. G and B. Right there. The D and the G. The A and the D, you start for this. So that was just thirds. We didn't even get to do, well, we talked about fourths for a second. Fifths gets in there too. Depends on where you're starting. If you have A, you would have A and E. So that's going on non-adjacent strings. Everything else was adjacent strings. Six we'll just do really quickly. Trying to make it stay in hexatonic is more regimented, a little more difficult than the typical way people use sixths. But so there's smaller areas. And you can hear the resolutions there, you know, like it's like D to A, D to A, D to A, D to A there, like that. All right, so move this over to other strings and have fun with it.